This is Brian, and welcome back to this commentary playthrough of Breath of Fire 2, in what could be the final part. If not, probably definitely be the second to last. Start out with a couple of these guys. That shouldn't matter too much. And it failed. Let's see if he survives Cat and Ryu. Probably not. Yeah, especially not now. I just need to make sure that I'm at the end of this route, so I'm gonna keep going farther up for at least one more level, because I think that loops me back around to where we diverged in our paths. Yeah. Don't like that hail. Really kicked the cat's ass. Okay, that's good. Hopefully we can finish him off before he gets another attack. No, not quite. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there's the ladder going up. Seems like they target Rand the most often out of these status effect attacks. Maybe it's just because it lands more, so I feel like they're picking on him, but... Couldn't quite let me make it to the ladder. Ladder, stairs. Seems like a ladder to me, more so. Looks like it's going pretty much straight up and down. I guess a ladder doesn't have to be straight up and down, but you know what I mean, right? I hope. Yeah, this looks like the room. Okay. I'm satisfied at least to head back down. I'm gonna use up most of my smoke, but that's what they're there for. And yeah, just going through without trying to pick up any treasure should be a little faster even. Holy cow, that smoke's working well now. I think this was the room with the fountain in it, right? So I might as well stop in there. Got him. I don't feel like I see Cat counterattack as much. It could just be because she doesn't get hit as often. Yeah. That'll just extend the battle a little longer. Yeah, we'll still be done in this round. There we go. Yeah, this path is certainly faster. Because we're back already. We have one path forward. At least for now, I guess. Who knows? Okay. Smoke must have worn off. I'm gonna at least try to make it into this room and see what we got going, though, before I use another one. And damn it. Well, I still have a few of these left, so might as well. Okay. Ah, yeah. All dark in here. You have arrived. Are the destined child? Don't be frightened. Come straight forward. Hee. Does the darkness frighten you, Ryu? Cry out in front of me like you did as a child. Ah, who's this, huh? Somebody familiar? Been a long time, Ryu. I thought you would be the one to open the gates. Destined child, brave dragon. You remember me? Your nightmare? Yeah, it's this guy. From the very beginning of the game, when you and Bao were children, Ryu and Bao were children. Your job is finished. You opened the gate. The world will belong to Deathaven. Total destruction will begin from the gates you opened. Come attack me, Ryu. I'm not going to hold back like I did when you were a child. You held back? You slaughtered me. We still can't use it. Beanie. I'm gonna hold back on using his dragons for now. I'm not sure. Well, this isn't the last boss in the game, and I don't know if you get a chance to heal up in between. Actually, you got just attack. Let's throw the big one at him, see how that does. Yeah, it's quite a lightning hammer. Pretty good start. Counterattacks, though. Aru Berry. You counterattack every time? Oh. The only problem is, if he counterattacks Cat, he might kill her. Okay. Okay, well, we're done with that part of the fight, I guess. He's not dead. Interesting. Very interesting. The screaming, crying child has grown and gained such strength. How about it, Ryu? From now on, you fight me by yourself. Oh. Ha ha ha. So you're saying anything goes in order to win? Well, that can be interesting. Come on, let's fight. I don't know if it like changes his stats or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I am also this time going to have her use one of those. Just because I know Rand's not going to get to go in time before it would be his turn to attack again. By his, I mean Barabiri. Yeah, I guess I could have just used a regular lower level heal on Cat. Okay, well, this will help anyway then. Yeah, that way we pretty much fully recover. Maybe not Cat, yeah. I suppose I should just have him automatically do my healing here. I think it's kind of cool that it does actually give you the option on fighting him on your own or using the party. So far, Cat's kind of my greatest liability here because her HP is so low. Okay, Rand will take care of that. Nice. Still going though. Yeah, so this guy could be kind of tough. Even though I've leveled up quite a bit, he's still giving me a run for my money, I guess I would say. I mean, I don't feel like I'm in too much danger, but... also possible he could have even different moves that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, or when he does a counterattack and then his regular attack like this. Special. Other one. Wow. Bunch in a row there. Hey, we've got to be getting pretty close to taking him out. Gonna get closer to running out of EP for Rand if it goes too much longer. I guess I do have some of those items I can have him use though instead. Still got the final boss coming up though at some point, so I don't want to blow my load too much. How's that gonna... yeah, it's about the same as the fire one, I guess. Let's have her use that on Ryu just to get him caught up a little more. Come on, get him. Not yet. Interesting. Well, that'll be the last time I can use that. Got him. 16,000 experience isn't really that much for this stage of the game. I've had regular enemy fights that have been giving me that much. Is no doubt are strong. Much stronger than we anticipated. But you need more than strength to fight with Deathaven. Realize that? You just go ahead and piss off now. Still dark in the room here? Okay, there aren't any battles in here, though. Like a... I thought there was something we could do in there maybe for a treasure, but I don't know. I'm not going to spend too much time worrying about it. We're just going to move forward. And we do get a nice chance to recover here. Kind of what I was worrying about, so I guess I could have used my dragon against him, but I don't know. The most I could do with that is 999 anyway, so it just saved us a round or two. And Blue got to level 50. Now the question is, how much dungeon is left after this? Of course. I guess if this is a tough fight and I lose too much, I can always just turn back around and use the spring again. Okay, if that's all he's gonna do, I think I'll be okay. Got one smoke left. Ooh. Yeah, big room. There's a treasure down here. Who's a king? Well, he can use it. It's same as the shiny. Maybe different characters can equip it though. Okay, well, it's not better for anybody in my party. I don't really want to wander around too much down here because I don't think there's anything else to find. Just remember that treasure chest being there. Let me think for a second. What direction was it in? I think I actually want to head north. I think we're almost at the boss. So this one might go a little long because I think I will try to finish everything up and give my review, but it'll probably just be a little longer than my normal episodes then. Alright, level 52 for Cat. There's the orb. Somewhere up here, I think. Yeah, there's a door up there. There are other doorways in this big room to the sides, but from what I remember, some of them are like traps, basically. Like, I think there are some orbs that'll teleport you, but like back to some of those other ones that we couldn't use before. So it'll kind of like take you farther back into the area, and you won't be able to get back to here using them. You'll actually have to come all the way through the dungeon again. So if you're just looking to finish things up, I would not recommend using that. Alright, I think this is pretty close to being it. Yeah, who the hell's that? Yeah, weird guy floating there. That the god? It is Eben. Came this far, my destined child. Ikanoru. Ikanoru. First of all, I thank you for opening the gates. I will go through the open gates, and I will bless the world with desperation. Everything living will look up to me, feel happiness, as they accept death. Are you crazy or something? What are you rambling about? Who's Nikanoru? You don't understand Nikanoru? Nikanoru is the word for dead beings. It is your name. Oh shit, what did he do to us? You were all dead. Life means nothing inside that crystal. I will give you endless pain. Won't suffer alone. Eventually, everything in the world will follow your path into death. Yep. Ryu defies that. Oh. Say that is the strength of the destined child? You think that you are more powerful than I? The power of God? I don't appreciate that. Rand. He wandered around the world because he hated boredom, met Ryu, and now his life is over. Snap. You quietly watch your friends disappear. This is the difference between your strength and my strength. Cat. Fighting is the only way she knew to express herself. She saw a strength she never knew in Ryu. And now her life is over. And Ryu can't do anything about it. Blue, one of the brave heroes who destroyed our god, Miria. So yeah, it is the same god, I guess, so they're talking about Breath of Fire 1 when they're talking about the goddess. But I thought it was called Tyr in that game. So, yeah, either way. Ryu reminds her of a hero she once knew, and they became friends. And now, her life is over. You bastard. So what do you think, Ryu, of your pitiful life? It easily crumbles in God's hands. Even if you are called the Destined Child or the Brave One, will still be washed away by a stronger power. While the world explodes in front of me, you will sit there and realize your weakness. So if I push the buttons around a few times, am I going to break out of it? Okay. Screaming of Ryu's heart shuddered, finding Deathaven. All that is left are the fragments of the crushed crystal. Well, that sucks. And I guess we're moving forward alone. Are you saying you will break my barricade again? Ryu, you really do upset me. I don't care if I upset you, I'm gonna kill you. Something burst within Ryu when he saw Deathaven. Scene of Ryu just running and running and running. Break into pieces, Ryu. So it's just Ryu running through a bunch of magic packed. He just doesn't give an F. I don't think I'm meant to like do anything here. We're just waiting. Yeah, the music's changing. Ow! It didn't bleed. I can't believe that I would lose to a crumb like this. It's impossible that God. Usually if you have to call yourself a god, I don't think you probably are. Or at least not in the manner he's doing it. God cannot die. Ryu, roar, Destined Child, Holy shit. That looks a little different. And I think this is the point where now we can use Anfini. And I think you have to, basically, in order to defeat him. Have to use it. Memory of his friends appeared in Ryu's heart. Al, Nina, John, Ben, Spar. What about the ones that were in my party that are apparently dead now? Show them. Ryu thought of the Dragon Clan. Yeah. Ryu thought about the world. Suppose that's Mina? Yes, she was the only big bird, I think. The one that had that power. Ryu had friends to fight with him and a world to save. Alright. Brought him back. Ryu knew that the time has come for him to carry out his destiny. Rawr! You are a shrewd man. How can you fight God this far? It is deplorable. Fine. I will rend the flesh from your bones. Killing you is only a start. There will be songs written about the beauty of the pain that I shall inflict upon you all. Big talk, buddy. Well, let's start off with that. I would suppose he's supposed to be harder than Baruberry, but we'll see. Let's see what his attacks do to us if he has multi-targeting attacks like Baruberry did. So if he's just attacking us one at a time, I should be able to keep up with that pretty well. There we go. Have them attack. I'm gonna have her. I did have one of these. I'll have her use that on Ryu, so he can use the dragon spell again. Uh-oh. Okay. Didn't hit, so... Wow. Special attack did about half as much as his dragon attack does. So, yeah, we're doing decent damage to him so far, but I don't have any idea how much HP he has overall. Disappear. What's that gonna do? All spells have been erased. I think. Guess I don't know what that did exactly. I was gonna say that it had canceled all of my magic that I had selected, but I mean, well, we're still using the dragon here. I could try to use some of those W fruits to restore AP for Ryu, but I think his regular attack is going to do well enough that I'm not too worried about it. Let's just charge forward. Yeah, he can do that all he wants, I don't care. Be God's power. So he's draining from us. Want to stay on top of that and not take too much damage without recovering. So go ahead and have Rand use a Cure 3. Well, Rand should be able to completely heal us from those last two attacks. Is an interesting form. I don't know if I'll try to replenish her AP or if we'll just go forward with physical attacks, I think. I guess I'll see how much her physical attack does, and then I'll make up my mind. For this time, I'll just have her use that on Ryu. Yeah, I'll just have her kind of be my item using healer for this part. Especially because I know she's going to go first. I kill her? Nope. Yeah. About 50, it's not nothing. Who's gonna get the final blow? Ryu does the most damage, so it kind of makes sense for him too, but... Oh. Okay. Since I know she'll get to go first, I'll have her use that. Yeah, now he's gonna do that drain thing. It'd be kind of funny if Blue got the last shot in. Well, Rands probably won't heal us completely. He'll get pretty close. I'll have him use Cure 3 again. There we go. I think I got him. Unless there's another form. See what kind of ending they give us in this game. Or if there's something else I gotta do yet. Why? Why, Ryu, do you want to kill me? You're trying to kill everything? Why? Why don't you understand that the destruction of the world is fate? I don't understand. Why does the world and the people resist destruction? Why don't they want to die? I don't understand. I will disappear now. I'll dream of destruction. Goodbye, Nikanoru. Great job, Ryu. Great job, Ryu. I was very happy to fight with Ryu. I don't really understand what I'm feeling, but it's as though I was born for this purpose. This is what happens when you mess with us. Of course. We all did it together, including the people back in town. Ryu remembered the faces of his friend, felt a strong desire to see all of them. He wanted to share his victory over the dragon with his friends. So are they saying Deathaven was also a dragon? In certain aspects of him that kind of looked like a dragon, but I don't know, I thought it was just more demon. He wanted to share his joy, this joy, with everyone. I actually have to... walk out of here? I would hope not. I can always try to use exit, I suppose, but hopefully it'll be one of those things where after you go through this doorway, it just cuts away. Okay. Huh? A demon? It was worth it for me to wake up. Yeah. Breath of Fire 2, are they gonna give us some kind of an ending, or is it just straight to credits? Okay, yep. Now, is that Patty, or one of the Dragon Clan members that looked like her? Are they gonna have dialogue, or just antics here? Kind of odd. Seems like they would have had some kind of dialogue there, potentially. Destined Child. Okay, back at Township. Even though I left it on Monster Island. December of 1994 is when it came out, huh? Alright. Are the gates gonna seal behind us again, or? You are worthy of being called a brave man. Hey, what are you blushing for? You're great, Ryu. Better than any man I have ever known. What about the other Ryu? See? Just as I said, Ryu is really great. It's true. I honestly always thought so. Even when she was trying to fight us when she thought I was Baba. Let's go. Let's go. Ryu, we've got to hurry and tell the others. What are you doing, Ryu? Let's go. Yeah, what's he thinking? Something in Ryu's mind bothered him. Great job, Destined Child. Did an excellent job of accomplishing the long-cherished dream of the Dragon Clan. Deathaven is gone, so the remaining demons have weakened. Our duty of watching for demons will be easy. Did a good job, Ryu. As in the legend, evil has been defeated. There is no reason for you to still be here. Back with your friends. Goodbye, Ryu. Goodbye, Ryu. I believe that you will fulfill your destiny. Will fall? Wise Dragon said Deathaven will fall. I don't understand. Will disappear now. All dream. Out destruction. Goodbye, Ikanoru. Yeah, so... picking up what Ryu's putting down here. Ryu felt that his mission was not complete. Not yet. Ethavan had not really disappeared, just asleep to regenerate once again. It transforms into a dragon. Or if he transforms into a dragon, he can protect this land like his mother did. So, yeah, he's planning on sacrificing himself, basically, to protect the gate. What happened to Ryu? That's kind of a bittersweet ending. If that's what happens here. What are you trying to do? What are you doing? Don't tell me you want to protect this place like your mother. Now be a good boy and come here. Everyone is so happy now. Don't rain on their parade. Yeah, he wouldn't have to do it right away anyway, would he? Now what's going on? It's Township. You are not wrong, Ryu. Ethavan has not disappeared completely. It is not a mistake that you, as the Destined Child, protect this place. What you are about to do is the correct road for the Destined Child. I'm proud of you for facing your destiny with courage, my son. However, I don't remember raising you to hurt your friends. The energy recharge is completed. Roar! Ryu, stand back. So, figure out what's going to happen here. Township Crash Landing. Charge! The engine will stop. Ryu, lost your mother because I was not strong enough. This is the least I can do to make up for it, my son. Until the demon regains his strength again, and until the birth of the next Destined Child, I'll protect this land. I will keep the entrance to that town, to the town that you and I built together, sealed. So, yeah, basically, Gainer comes down and takes Ryu's place, and he's going to guard the entrance now. You should not stay here. You must spread justice and your beliefs all over the world. Is everyone okay? Did the town crash land? Ryu, when you and your wonderful friends spread the strength of your beliefs, Deathabin will never be able to return. Welcome home, buddy. I don't know if somebody else would come out and say that to you if you had him in your party. So, yeah, basically that's the good ending, or the best one, I think. Because you didn't have to save Gainer, and you didn't have to get the Flying Township. And in that case, I'm pretty sure Ryu would actually sacrifice himself and transform into the dragon. So, yeah, a lot of people, if you didn't know you can do that, you probably would have just thought that was the regular ending. But no, if you have the township flying, you can actually use that to block the entrance. So I think now it's just going to show different scenes, and then we'll start getting the credits. There's Mina and Susie. What happened to Susie? Who's looking after her now that Mina turned into a bird? Yeah. So yeah, it's going to go through the credits here and just show some different scenes, but we've already gone pretty long in this one, so I am going to try to get into my review quickly here. Just go through a few points. This is one of my favorite RPGs. It doesn't rank up there with some of the best ones like Chrono Trigger or a few of the Final Fantasies, but it's still pretty dang good. And I have a lot of nostalgia for it from having played it back when I was a kid. So I'm just going to go through a few points, a few positives about the game, and then a few negatives. Overall, like I said, it's a really good game, so I don't have that much negative about it. I mean, of course, you're not going to like everything about even your favorite games. You're going to have a few nitpicks, so I do have a few of those. But let's get started. First of all, I thought this game had great characters, and they get to develop their stories a little more in this one than they did in Breath of Fire 1. Like, you have the individual parts where you go... Like, you have... Each character has their own kind of story arc going through things. Like, Rand has the thing with his mom back in Farmtown. Ben has the thing at High Fort. You're trying to get the flute. So, just like that, they all have a little bit of something extra. Some a little more than others, but I like the way they did that anyway. And that goes on to my next point, which I thought the story in the game was pretty good. It's pretty fleshed out, I think. You get different... Like, in the beginning, you're just trying to catch a thief to restore Bao's reputation and keep him from getting arrested. And you actually get through a pretty good portion of the game with that being your goal. And then it kind of shifts into this thing like, well, there's something sinister going on in the world and we need to find out what's wrong. So, I like that. You did a pretty good job there. Another thing is it's pretty much the same battle system as the first Breath of Fire with a few tweaks, but I appreciate that it's just pretty simple. And I did just use auto battle for a lot of games, or a lot of the parts in the game. And I tried to keep that as a thing, like I just take the boss fights more seriously, but the regular encounters, I was just trying to get through them kind of as quickly as I could for the most part. And auto battle, I think, is kind of the fastest way to do that in a lot of cases. So I might not have used magic as much as some people would appreciate, but it's just kind of my play style and how I do things, so I apologize if you don't like that, but the way it is. So, speaking with the fact that, like, the character development and the story I talked about, another thing that I would like to comment on is I thought there was a good amount of content in this game. Like, I think this is, what, my 54th or 55th part of the game, so it was a little longer than the first one, so that's getting up to the point where I got about, and if we count my grinding time for leveling up, it's over a 30-hour playthrough for me total, so pretty good length for an SNES game, I think. Another thing, the spell variety was pretty good in this game. I feel like they kind of pared it down a little bit. Even from Breath of Fire 1, I thought it was a little more streamlined in this one. You had pretty good healers, and you had a couple of good black mages, like Nina and Blue, so I thought they did a pretty good job with that. As far as magic, one of the strangest ones, I suppose, was the fact that Cat gets magic because she doesn't really have enough AP to use it, and she's a pretty strong physical attacker, so I don't know. I don't really know why they gave her magic, I guess. Another thing, the shaman system was interesting. That was just kind of a way for them to go off of what they had used Karn for, I suppose, in the first one, where he had his fusions. So now you had the shaman bondings in this one. So it added a little more variety, and it allowed you to buff up some of your characters a little bit. So I like that. That's pretty good. And it gave you the added element of trying to find all the shamans in the game. And as in the first one, I like the idea that they have field abilities for different characters, that they can do different things on the map. I always thought that was a pretty good touch. Like the frog with Jean, he can jump around and avoid battles and access different areas. R can go through the trees. Rand could roll up into a ball and avoid encounters by just pulling. And of course then Nina gets the big bird ability with Mina. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And the hunting ranges were interesting. I think I like the way they did it in this game better than the way they did it in the first one, where the things just showed up on the world map. Because at least in this one, then you get to go into the hunting range areas and you didn't have to worry about getting random encounters in there. So Bao and Cat could go ahead and hunt. The last positive main thing I wanted to touch on was I liked the township aspect of this. The way you get to rebuild it over time and invite different people into your township. And you can actually have a pretty good variety of that and try out different things on multiple playthroughs with it. Since there are probably about like 40 or 50 total people you can recruit to your town between those 6 different buildings you get. So that's for replayability. And the fact that you can make it fly is even more impressive and kind of fun. So, now to touch on a few things that I thought were a little more, could use improvement maybe, or they could have done a little better. My main one, and I mean, I know I mentioned it several times, so it's probably not a surprise to anybody that watched the playthrough. The encounter rate in some areas was just horrendously high. Like through the final dungeon area, I used smoke for most of it, which reduces the encounter rate. He still had a lot of random encounters getting through there. It would have been nice if they would have kept the whole thing like Marble 3s in the first game, in First Breath of Fire, because that at least allowed you to avoid encounters altogether. So in this one, they just made it reduced encounters. I wish they would have kept it the same as the first one if you're going to have that such a high encounter rate overall. Next, I did say that I liked the shaman bonding. But a negative part of that is I didn't like how easy it was for you to get knocked out of it. Basically, if a character got KO'd, then, well, they lost their bond. So if they would have had, like, a way for you to bond, like, I don't know, like long distance, you know, or some way to access it in the menu and just do it from wherever you were, I think that would have been nice. Also, I noticed, if you can see there, in the credits, they do show some of the different formations that I didn't use for some of your characters. So, that's interesting. So that's just a minor nitpick. That's not a huge deal to me, but I just thought they could have done that shaman thing a little better that way. Next is the dragon abilities. I liked the way they did it in the first game better than this one, actually. Because I feel like the fact that you used all of your magic to do the dragon spells and it was just like a one-time attack, I wish you could have just transformed into the dragon for like the entirety of the fight. Maybe, like they did in the first one, instead of it just being a one-use thing. That's not a big deal, and it was still okay, and if I wouldn't have known about the first Breath of Fire game and the way they did it in that one, I might have been perfectly fine with the way they did it in this one. And I think you didn't get as many different dragon transformations in this one as you did in the first one. Pretty close. And I see the credits are finally at the end there. And I just have a few more things to say. We're almost done here. I did comment on it a couple times, and we did see a few game overs, because some of the dungeon areas and parts of the game where you had to use only one player, I thought that was a drawback. Like when we were stuck with using just Sten and Highfort, I mean, it's tough to get through some of that unless you're power leveling. Because, well, I mean, it's not normally a big deal if one of your characters gets KO'd because you can just have another character bring him back to life with an item or with magic. But when it's just one person in the party, well, that's it. Knocked out, game over. And speaking of the game over, it was kind of nice, I suppose, that they let you keep your progress as far as experience and items, but taking half of your money, which I think is what it did basically, I thought that was somewhat unnecessary. The last thing I want to touch on is, it didn't really bother me, but I could see how some people might be uncomfortable with the way that they reference to like religion in this game, like talking about the church being evil and sending prayers to God, but it was actually a demon. So yeah, like I said, I don't get too offended by much, so it didn't really bother me, but I can see how some people might have a problem with that. And I guess if you do, just know that, I mean, it's all part of fantasy. People should be willing to, or should be able to tell their stories how they want to. If you don't like it, I guess, well, you don't have to play it. So that's, I guess, the main thing is that, well, they might alienate some people who could have enjoyed the game otherwise with that. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not. I don't know if anybody was upset by it, but that's just something I thought in the back of my mind. I was like, yeah, people. Anyway, that's going to be it for Breath of Fire 2. We got another one in the bag. Now, as far as what I'm going to do next in this time slot, not too much into it yet. I'm going to do Illusion of Gaia at some point, and I want to do Secret of Evermore, and I want to do the Lufia series, or at least first two for the SNES. I might go to Lufia 1 next. I'm not that familiar with those games, but I know people really enjoy them, and they are considered great RPGs. So yeah, I think next we'll start with Lufia 1, and we'll pick that up tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you've been enjoying the content, please like, comment, and subscribe or follow, and we'll catch you next time.